Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Now in this video, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be getting finished off the little Citroen Saxo. And by finished off, I mean we're going to get everything prepped, Schultz, all the body kit back on, fuel tank back on. We're going to get the car running and driving, and we are going to be giving it back to Lottie. So if you want to see that, stick around to the end of the video. But between now and then, we have got quite a bit of work to do. So let's go and get into that work now, and at the end of the video, like I say, we'll be giving it back to Lottie. So let's go and crack on with what we've got to get done. So straight away you can see that the passenger side is pretty much the same as the driver's side, and that is pretty damn rusty. So again, it's back out with the cutting disc, cutting away at what is left of the sill, so that one, we can remove any rotted metal, and two, to expose the inner sill to see if we need to do any repairs in there as well. And once finished with the cutting disc, we use the flat disc to file away at any remaining spot welds, and after a bit of a wiggle, that was the outer sill removed, and then it was back to filing away at what was left of the sill lip with the finger sander, and then finishing up with a flat disc, not forgetting the inside of the lip too. So after priming the inner sill section, as it wasn't as bad as we first thought and it didn't need any repairs, I offered up the cut down 5-door Saxo sill and began to trim it down to shape, as it's always easier to trim than it is to add back on later on. And once happy with the shape, I drilled out the plug weld holes and cleaned them up with the finger sander. So with everything cleaned, trimmed and primed, it was time to clamp the sill into place, turn on the hot glue gun and tack this sill into position. And once tacked, there was a little fettling needed just to make sure that everything was going to sit where we wanted it to. And after we were happy and we got everything sitting where we needed it to sit, I could then fully weld the sill into place, moving from one section to another in between the tacks to make sure that we don't warp any of the panels surrounding it, not forgetting the plug welds along the bottom of the lift. So with the new section of sill welded into place, it's back out with the flat disc on the grinder to clean back the weld before moving on to welding the lower back section of the sill, as this section has been made up and needs to be welded in. As you may remember, these sills were for a 5-door Saxo, so the shape was completely different, but as you can see, we've managed to make it work quite nicely. And once everything was welded in and cleaned back, it's now time to protect it. So first we need to tape up the side of the car. And once we've got it covered with some paper, oh, where the hell have I just put that tape? Found it! We can apply some seam sealer. Now I'm using brushable sealer as I want to protect this sill as much as possible, so this will be perfect against stone chips for many more years to come. So while we're waiting for the sealer to dry on this near side sill, we've got the lid back onto the rest of the sealant to make sure that it doesn't go off. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to go and make myself a fresh drink, and while I'm at it, I can tell you guys about today's video sponsor. And today's video and this channel is sponsored by Holy. Now Holy are an alternative drinks brand to the usual energy drinks that we can already buy in the shops today, just with one big difference. All of those drinks are packed full of sugar and caffeine and loads of other nasties that you really don't want inside of your body. Now Holy has no sugar, no caffeine, and best of all, no bullshit. But now you might be wondering, what does Holy have that makes it different? Now Holy is packed full of Nucaf and electrolytes and minerals to give you the energy that you need for longer. It keeps you hydrated throughout the day, and there are a range of great flavours to choose from in the energy, hydration and iced tea ranges. Now it's really simple to make. As you've seen, you just add your chosen flavour to the cup, add 500 ml of water, give it a good shake, and you're ready to drink. Now don't just take my word for it. With over 1 million happy people already on their Holy journey, what are you waiting for? So to start your Holy journey today, all you've got to do is follow the link in the description below and use code TDM5, and that will save you £5 off your first order. And if you use code TDM, that will save you 10% off every order after your first. So now what we've got to do is we've got to wait for, or finish waiting for this sealer to dry. So the next time you see me, the sealer will be dry and we'll be cracking on with the next step. So we're back now. That last part of the video hasn't sort of gone the way that I wanted it to, as that was, like I said at the start of the video, where I kind of messed up and lost all the footage. But I did manage to salvage that little bit, so that wasn't how I wanted the video to go. I did lose quite a lot of footage, B-rolls and explaining pieces to camera and all that sort of stuff, but nonetheless we have to work with what we've got and we can now finally move forward. And you may also notice that the car has moved, so if you turn around you'll be able to see that we have now got the Saxo back on the ramp. As if I bring the camera in and down, you'll see we've got the one sill repaired there. If I bring the camera around to the other side, you'll see we've got the other sill repaired there. And if I bring the camera around to the front of the car, you'll see that we have got to get back on the fuel tank. We've got the driver's side wing, and we've got the little trim piece that goes underneath the headlight, or well, it'll go underneath the headlight. But before we can think about doing any of that, we need to get the car back up into the air, as we need to get the back side of all of this sealed. I do want to get the rear wheel off and get the inside of that rear arch cleaned out, as if I bring the camera in, it is quite dirty and horrible and yucky. And if you look again at the other side, you'll be able to see that we got this side all nice and schultzed. So that is going to be protected. So we're going to do the exact same on this side that we did to that side. So I think what we're now going to do is, like I say, we'll get it up into the air. We'll get this side all sealed and schultzed. And then once we've got that done, we can get the tank back on and we can look at getting this Saxo back up and running. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So before we can even think about sealing under this Saxo, first we need to get it back up into the air. Remove the rear wheel. And then we can start to remove the dirt, the 20-year-old sealant and the flaky bits of rust from the floor pan. And to do this, I'm using a wire wheel on the grinder to try and speed up the process, because if you've never done this before, then trust me, this is not a fast process. So with my arms ready to fall off and the floor pan finished, it was time to move into the near side rear inner arch section. And just like the floor, this isn't a fast process and it makes a big mess. But after another hour or so, and with my arms really ready to fall off, I could then reseal the inner arch using my favourite technique. So while the sealant is drying, it was time to warm up the schultz. Now it's best to warm it up for 2 reasons. 1, it thins out the product, and 2, with it thinner, applying it to the car becomes a lot easier, a lot neater, and gives an overall better finish. So once it was warm enough, I could then get it blasted onto the car, starting with the rear inner arch, then moving back underneath onto the floor, and not forgetting the back of that sill lid. And just like that, it's all done, and doesn't it look a million times better? So now that we've got the rear passenger inner arch all schultzed and sealed, and if I bring the camera in and underneath, you'll be able to see that we've got the fuel tank area all schultzed and sealed, and we've also got the near side sill from behind schultzed and sealed as well. So what we now need to do is we need to allow all of that to dry before I can even think about getting the fuel tank back onto the car, and once that's back on, we can get this Saxo started. So what time is it now? I think it's going on a bit. I think it's, yeah, it's what, 6:15 on the night. So we are going to leave this now to let that to dry properly, and then we can come back tomorrow and we can get the tank on and we can see if we can get this Saxo fired up.
1 eternity later.
So we are back. It is a new day, and hopefully we'll now be able to get cracking on with putting this Saxo back together. As if we come underneath, we should now be able to see that we've got everywhere schultzed. We've got all along both of the edges of the sills. That's all been schultzed as well. So now it is all nice and dry. What we can do is we can get the fuel tank back on. But before we do that, I do need to get it cleaned. So we'll get the fuel tank cleaned, we'll get the fuel filler net cleaned, then we'll get back underneath the car, we'll get them fitted, and then hopefully we'll be able to get this Saxo fired up. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now I can't lie, do I really want to be washing a fuel tank at 9:30 AM? No, I don't think I really do. but there was no way I was going to be fitting a dirty fuel tank to a clean, fresh floor. So after a good scrub with some soapy water and a hose down, the fuel tank was looking as good as new, and I also grabbed the fuel filler neck as it was also in serious need of a clean. And after leaving them to dry, I got the fuel tank fitted along with the filler neck, which is held to the car with 3 screws behind the fuel filler cap. So with the fuel tank back on and the filler neck refitted, it was time to get the fuel pump reconnected. So first off, we connected up the electrical plug, and then after getting both the pipes fitted, we used some new clips to make sure that we were going to have no leaks. So now that we've got the fuel tank back on, we've got the fuel filler neck back on, we've got all the connections connected back inside the car, I think we can now we could attempt to start the car, but before we do that, we do need to go and grab some fresh fuel. So we'll quickly go and jump in the car, we'll grab some fresh fuel, we'll come back, we'll get it put in, and then we'll see if this Saxo wants to start. Now before I left, I wanted to make sure that the battery was charging, as what good is fuel if you've got a flat battery? So with that charging nicely, I jumped into the car with Ozzy. We're going to go and get in the car. Come on, let's go get in the car. And we went and collected 10 litres of petrol. And after getting back to the workshop, we could get the tank filled up. Before we could get the car started, we needed to get the exhaust refitted. Man, that was exhausting. And then I headed upstairs to grab the battery. And with the battery collected, we got it into the battery tray and secured down. And once it was secured, we could finally get it connected. And now we're finally ready to go for that first startup. So now that we've got the battery fitted, what we now need to go and do is, with the key, we can pop it into the ignition, and we can first off turn the ignition on, which will cycle the fuel pump, and we can check to see if first we've got any leak, because obviously if we have, we don't want to run the engine with a leak. So we can check to see if we've got any leaks. If we haven't got any leaks, then we can go for a start. So let's put the dash lights on. I could hear the pump. So let's have a quick look underneath and see if we've got any leaks. I can't see anything. Can't see any leaks. So if we cycle the ignition a couple more times, we make sure that it is in neutral, and in 3, 2, 1. It runs. Well, that's a good start. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just have another look again to make sure that we have not got any leaks. So what we now need to do, now that we know that it does actually run, is we have still got a driver's wing to get on, and I have still got to drill the holes down the driver's side sill for the side skirts, as obviously we didn't end up going that far on the passenger side, so we managed to retain the original holes, but I have got to drill some fresh holes for the driver's side. So that's exactly what we're going to do now that we know that it runs. So this is the last final push to get this Saxo complete, and once we've got the holes drilled, we'll be able to get the rest of the body kit on, and we can get it washed, and then we can give Lottie a ring and she'll be able to come and get this thing picked up. It ain't going to get itself finished, is it? So like I say, last push in 3, 2, 1, let's go. But before we carry on, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, there is a perfect opportunity to do just that. Not only is it free, but all the support from you guys at home watching is what motivates me to keep on pushing and keep making these videos. So thank you to each and every single one of you guys. But now we've got the wheels back on the car and it moved off the ramp, the passenger outer sill schultz, it's time to move on to the next step. So now that we've got the passenger side sill all schultzed up, we need to get the body kit on. But before I can do that, we have got to wait for the glue to dry on the clips, as a couple of the clips did come off as we were getting them pulled off the car. But while we're waiting for that to dry, we can turn our attention to this. Now, if I get out of the way, it is a bit difficult to see because of the sunlight, but this is the bumper bracket. And as you can see, half of it is still attached to the bumper and half of it is still attached to the car. So we need to make a new bracket for there. We can get that cut off, we can weld that on, as we're not going to be able to get any of this put back together with this like that. So I think that is what we'll do now. Like I say, while we're waiting for everything else to dry, that sun is really bad in my eyes. While we're waiting for everything else to dry, we'll crack on, we'll get that bracket made, we can get that welded on, and then when everything is dry, we can get all the body kit on. Oh, we have also got to drill the holes down the side here for the body kit, but again, we can do that during this process. There's only one thing for it. Let's get cracking. So to start with, I've made a start on cleaning up the head of the 10mm bolt that was holding down what was left of the bracket to the bumper. And as you can see, it didn't really go to plan. Okay. And with that out the way, I could then cut off the rusty section still connected to the car. Then I cleaned up what was left of the edge with a finger sander, and after having to trim off a little bit more, I could then get the new section of bracket clamped into place. And after clamping it into position, I did get it welded, but unfortunately the GoPro battery died and I didn't realise, so I didn't get that bit on camera. But after realising what had happened, I swapped out the battery and then sealed and painted the section that we had just replaced. Then I went to check on the arch pieces, which to my surprise they were already dry, so I wasted no time getting them refitted back onto the car, starting with the front arch, then moving on to the rear arch, and then after adding a bit of BMW glue to the side skirt, I got that fitted as well. And then last but not least, it was the side repeater. Now we can move back around to the driver's side so that I could get it back up into the air. So that first I could get the side taped up. Then using the side skirt, I marked out where I would need to drill the holes so that I could get the side skirt into the right place. And then once marked out, I set to work drilling out all the holes. And with all of the holes drilled out, I could protect all of this fresh metal with some schultz. So after leaving it to dry off, I could then remove the paper. Then I repaired a few more clips with some more glue before jumping back over to the car to get the driver's wing refitted. Then I refitted the little plastic trim under the headlight, and doing this with one hand isn't an easy task, but we got there in the end. Then it was onto the arch pieces as the glue had now finally dried. And with the arch back onto the car, next it was the side repeater, which as you can see works perfectly. So with the front wing back on and the arch, next it's onto the back section, starting with the rear bumper clip. Then I could get the rear arch section itself fitted back into place and secured with the 10mm bolt. Next it's the side skirt, and with that fixed into position, I removed what tape was left on the door. Then it was time to refit the back seats, making sure we don't trap the seat belts, and after a quick wipe over of the dash, the inside is looking 100 times better. And with that all done, I'd say this Saxo is nearly finished, but there is one thing left to do, and that is to give it a damn good clean. So after I pulled it outside, I set to work washing off all of the dust and grime. Now, I'm no detailer, so don't kill me in the comments, but after a quick wash, not only does this Saxo look a different car, but I would say that this is now fully complete. So before I give Lottie a ring, I am just taking it down the road just to make sure that everything is okay. We have had the exhaust off, we've had the fuel tank off, a few other bits and pieces, so I do just want to make sure that everything is going to be as it should be before we give Lottie the phone call to tell her the good news that one, it is all done, and two, she can come and get it collected. So I think we'll get back up to the workshop, and that is exactly what we'll go and do now. So that is the Saxo, all done and dusted after we fitted a new pair of sills. We've got the tank back on, we've got all the interior back in, we've given it a clean. I have took it down the road to make sure that everything is as it should be, and it is. So I think the time has finally come to put Lottie out of her misery and to give her a ring and tell her that it is actually done. Now, I have already spoke to her and told her that it is nearly done, so she's not expecting this phone call. So if I grab my phone and we find where she is, I'm pretty sure she's going to be fairly excited to get this call, as like I say, she isn't expecting it right now. So there we go, as you can see, it is ringing.
Hello.
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, did you see my face there?
It popped up for a split second. Are you good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah man, I think you're about to be a little bit better.
Okay.
Do you want to come and get it?
I do want to come and get it.
Come and get it.
Okay, you are a legend. It's going to be like an hour or so, is that alright?
Yeah, that's sound. That's no drama, no drama. I've just washed it and took it down the road, and yeah, she's
so excited.
she's all good. She's all good.
I'm so excited.
All right, but yeah, just let me know when you're at the gate if you need the code or anything.
I think I've got the code, but I'll text you when I leave anyway, so it'll be about like half an hour from when I leave.
Yeah, that's sound then. No drama.
Alright, so see you
Okie
in a bit.
dokie. See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye, baby.
Bye bye. Well, there we go. I think she was pretty excited, as she's now going to get here as fast as she possibly can, because I'm pretty sure she said she's going to be MOTing it soon. So what I'll now go and do is I'll go and do something else, as she's going to be half an hour or so. And the next time you see me, I will be with Lottie and we'll be giving her Saxo back. Hello.
Hello. You understand how excited I am for this moment?
Yeah, there's no point running off. You're not going anywhere without that, are you?
Thank you.
Oh, it's dark on the video.
Yeah,
I'm sure it works. Just make sure it's not in gear. The heaters will probably be on full blast because I did leave it running for a bit. Yeah, of course I've had to wash it. You can't do all that and then not wash it. Like, it's just something that has to happen. What, my little camera?
Yeah, it's cute.
It's better than your phone though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better. You've always got it in my face then. I don't.
One thing after another.
I know.
Like, every time you touched it, it literally just went turned to dust, turned to dust, like literally everything.
A lot worse than witnessing.
Yeah, man, bad. Bad. And then obviously having 5-door sills, not 3-door sills, that made it even. But even then, like, I have looked at a few other cars, like pictures, and the sills look totally different again. So I'm like, were these even for a Saxo? Like, has someone just labelled them up as whatever and sent them out? Look at this lunatic. Jesus Christ. He's been gone for about half an hour.
Is he? I'm not.
Yeah, he just was having a conversation. He just rode off. Go on then, go and take it down the road.
No, No, man, if I get down there, come down, stand.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Way down it, because we have to play it all day.
Say again. Got it. And yeah, leave the C2 here.
Stop, because you don't understand how excited I am.
Oh, no, how excited you are. I was just saying to Jordan, like, when I messaged you the other day, I knew it was going to be done today.
Oh, don't.
But, if I'd have told you that, you've got that in your head then, Monday, that anxiety, whereas you didn't know. I was going to message you this morning, to be fair, but it was, I thought, no, I'll leave it, I'll wait.
She would have called it 6, you would have.
I would have been trying to be down here.
Yeah, I know you would have done.
We're insured people. They don't want £100, you know.
A year?
No, for a day. Day insured.
£100 for the day?
Yeah, day insured £50.
Wow.
Little drop back.
Drop, that's it.
Drop.
Sill-wise, she's solid as a rock. Inner sill-wise, she's as solid as a rock.
She was touched.
It put me in the infirmary twice. Literally into the eye. Literally, I went in one day, and then I think it was like 4 days later I went back, and it was the same woman. She was like back again. I think her name was Janet, if I remember right.
I remember you ended up in there wearing your sunglasses all the time.
I couldn't walk outside without sunglasses on for like 3 days because the light was that sensitive. It just made my eyes water. If I took them off, instantly streaming eyes. Like I'd been crying.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah, no, New Cross. Shout out to New Cross Eye Infirmary. Janet at New Cross. Man like Janet.
You never know, she might be watching your videos.
Imagine.
That's me. I remember that. I'm going to enjoy this blow up on the
No, it won't blow up. It's a night valve. Yeah. Has it gone yet, or have you still got it?
I've still got it.
Still got it.
I am going to sell it.
Good shit.
Right, thanks for that.
You're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, sound. Nice to meet you anyway, man.
Thank you.
No problem. Have fun.
Bye.
Let me know when it's tested.
I will. I'll send you pics.
Yeah, man. Sweet. Have fun. Bye. And there we go. That is the Saxo gone back to Lottie. I think she's pretty happy. We're gonna find out the results of the MOT test once she's got it MOT'd, and I will update you guys with a status or something on Instagram, TikTok, something along them lines. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video or watching this series. If you've checked out the first videos, if you haven't, as I've already said, I'll link them somewhere in this video or in the description. But for now, it is a wrap. As you can tell, it's gone dark and it's time for me to go home and get some food. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and I will see you lot in the next one. As always, fucking meat. Are we done now? What's in your face somewhere before? Crime Watch?